The phrase liberty or death has echoed through history as a rallying cry for freedom and resistance. Its bold simplicity has made it a powerful symbol in popular culture, appearing in speeches, literature, and even on protest banners. The words evoke a sense of unwavering commitment to personal and collective rights, often inspiring people to stand up against oppression. However, as we reflect on its enduring influence, it is worth considering whether this uncompromising stance always benefits society. Does the dichotomy it presents encourage thoughtful dialogue, or does it risk fueling division and extremism? The true impact of liberty or death depends not only on its historical context, but also on how we interpret and apply its meaning today. The phrase liberty, or death has long been celebrated as a rallying cry for freedom. However, upon closer examination, this stark dichotomy may oversimplify complex realities. By framing the pursuit of liberty as an all-or-nothing proposition, it can encourage extreme thinking and discourage nuanced approaches to social and political change. In some cases, this mindset has led to unnecessary conflict and suffering, overshadowing opportunities for compromise and progress. Challenging this conventional wisdom invites us to consider more balanced perspectives, where liberty is pursued thoughtfully and with regard for the broader context. Ultimately, rethinking such slogans can help foster healthier, more constructive dialogues about freedom and its place in society. Each day, we make countless decisions that shape our lives, often without considering the freedoms we quietly relinquish. From accepting terms and conditions online to following unwritten social rules, these small acts of compliance can accumulate over time. While some choices may seem insignificant, together they reveal patterns in how we navigate personal autonomy. By pausing to reflect on these everyday moments, we begin to uncover the subtle ways our liberties are influenced. This awareness sets the foundation for a deeper exploration into the nature of freedom and the choices we make. The concept of absolute freedom has long been woven into the fabric of American identity, often celebrated and idealized in public discourse. Its roots can be traced back to influential figures like Patrick Henry, whose impassioned declaration, "Give me liberty or give me death," captured the spirit of a nation yearning for self-determination. Over time, this narrative has evolved, shaping not only political thought, but also personal aspirations and cultural values. The romanticized vision of boundless liberty continues to inspire generations, fueling debates about individual rights and societal responsibilities. As we examine this enduring legacy, it becomes clear that the pursuit of absolute freedom remains a powerful force in shaping our collective mindset, influencing how we define autonomy and the limits of personal choice. The freedom narrative captivates audiences with its seductive simplicity, often portraying liberation as the ultimate goal in stories. Its appeal lies in the promise of autonomy and self-determination, resonating deeply with our desire for control over our own lives. However, while this narrative is compelling in fiction, it can be misleading when applied to real-world contexts. True freedom is rarely absolute and often comes with complex responsibilities and unforeseen consequences. The allure of a straightforward escape or transformation can overshadow the nuanced realities people face outside of stories. Recognizing these limitations helps us appreciate the difference between narrative ideals and practical experiences. Imagine embarking on a road trip where every driver is free to choose their own speed, direction, and even which side of the road to drive on. At first, the idea of absolute liberty might sound exhilarating, promising endless possibilities and unrestricted movement. However, without rules or boundaries, the journey quickly descends into confusion and danger. Cars swerve unpredictably, collisions become inevitable, and progress grinds to a halt. This vivid scenario demonstrates that unchecked freedom, while appealing in theory, often leads to chaos rather than harmony. Just as traffic laws are essential for safe travel, some limits on liberty are necessary to ensure order and collective well-being. Individual liberties are fundamental to a free society, yet they often come into conflict with one another. For example, one person's right to express their opinion might clash with another's right to privacy or protection from harm. These inevitable tensions highlight the need for negotiation and compromise. Through laws, social norms, and dialogue, societies work to balance competing freedoms, ensuring that no single liberty undermines the rights of others. This ongoing process is essential for maintaining order and fairness, allowing diverse individuals to coexist peacefully. Ultimately, the careful management of conflicting liberties is what enables society to function effectively. The phrase liberty or death is often presented as a stark ultimatum, suggesting that only two extreme options exist. However, real life rarely operates in such absolutes. Instead, our daily experiences are shaped by ongoing negotiation, compromise, and adaptation. People routinely balance personal freedoms with responsibilities to others, finding practical solutions rather than clinging to rigid ideals. History shows that progress is achieved not through uncompromising stances, but through dialogue and mutual understanding. By recognizing the complexity of human society, we can move beyond false choices and embrace the nuanced reality that defines our lives. Unlimited freedom, while often celebrated, can come with hidden psychological costs. The paradox of choice describes how having too many options can lead to increased anxiety and indecision. When faced with endless possibilities, individuals may struggle to make decisions, fearing that they might choose poorly or miss out on something better. This abundance of choice can result in paralysis, where making any decision feels overwhelming. Instead of feeling liberated, people may experience stress and dissatisfaction. Research suggests that a moderate number of choices can actually lead to greater satisfaction and well-being. Understanding these dynamics helps explain why more freedom does not always equate to greater happiness. Imagine scrolling through the endless options on the Netflix menu, trying to pick something to watch. With so many choices available, it can become surprisingly difficult to make a decision. Instead of feeling excited, you might end up feeling overwhelmed or even dissatisfied with your final selection. This phenomenon, known as choice overload, shows that having more options doesn't always lead to greater happiness. In fact, too many choices can increase anxiety and make us second-guess ourselves. Relatable scenarios like choosing a movie on Netflix highlight how an abundance of options can actually undermine our ability to make satisfying decisions. The quest for absolute liberty is often seen as the ultimate path to personal fulfillment. However, when individuals are faced with limitless choices and complete freedom, they may encounter unexpected challenges. Without boundaries or guiding principles, decision-making can become overwhelming, leading to indecision and uncertainty. Rather than feeling liberated, people may experience dissatisfaction as they struggle to find meaning or direction. The absence of constraints can make it difficult to commit to any one path, resulting in a perpetual search for something more. In this way, the pursuit of absolute liberty may paradoxically hinder the sense of fulfillment it promises. Throughout history, people have often chosen to relinquish certain freedoms in exchange for benefits they consider more valuable. Security, stability, and a sense of connection frequently outweigh the abstract ideal of liberty when individuals make decisions about their lives and communities. This tendency can be seen in the formation of governments, the adoption of laws, and even in everyday social interactions. By prioritizing safety and order, people accept limitations on personal autonomy, believing these trade-offs lead to a more predictable and harmonious existence. The desire for belonging and protection often drives collective choices, shaping societies in profound ways. Ultimately, the pursuit of liberty is balanced against other deeply held needs, reflecting the complex nature of human priorities. Agency and liberty are often discussed together, but they represent distinct ideas. Liberty typically refers to the absence of external constraints, allowing individuals to act freely within certain boundaries. Agency, however, goes a step further. It is the capacity to make meaningful choices and to act intentionally, shaping one's own life and environment. While liberty provides the space to act, agency empowers individuals with the ability and resources to make those actions significant. In many cases, agency is considered a more desirable goal because it emphasizes not just freedom from restriction, but also the power to influence outcomes and pursue personal fulfillment. Understanding this difference helps clarify why fostering agency can lead to deeper and more lasting improvements in people's lives. Strategic constraints play a vital role in shaping our actions and decisions. By setting clear boundaries, we focus our energy on what truly matters, avoiding distraction, Shuns that drag can derail progress. Discipline is the force that keeps us committed to these boundaries, ensuring we follow through on our intentions even when challenges arise. Together, constraints and discipline foster a sense of agency, empowering us to take deliberate steps toward our goals. Without them, our efforts can become scattered and ineffective. By embracing structure and self-control, we create the conditions necessary for meaningful achievement and personal growth. Liberty is often understood as the freedom to reject limitations and avoid commitments. This kind of freedom can feel liberating, yet it may also leave us adrift, lacking direction or purpose. In contrast, true agency emerges when we choose to commit ourselves to meaningful goals and focus our energy. By embracing certain constraints, we gain the power to shape our actions and influence outcomes. Commitment transforms passive liberty into active empowerment, allowing us to pursue growth and fulfillment. Ultimately, it is through intentional focus and dedication that we realize our fullest potential. The liberty or death mindset often frames personal freedom as an all-or-nothing struggle, which can create a sense of constant tension and anxiety. When individuals feel trapped by this binary perspective, they may withdraw from others, leading to isolation and a lack of meaningful connection. In contrast, embracing agency means recognizing the choices and influence we have within our circumstances. This approach fosters a sense of empowerment and allows us to navigate challenges with greater confidence. By focusing on agency rather than rigid ideals, we open ourselves to growth, collaboration, and genuine fulfillment. Ultimately, true power comes not from resisting every constraint, but from actively shaping our own path. Freedom is often misunderstood as the absence of all limitations. In reality, true freedom lies in the ability to thoughtfully select the boundaries that help us grow and thrive. By choosing constraints that align with our values and aspirations, we create opportunities for empowerment and self-actualization. These chosen limits can guide our actions, focus our energy, and foster meaningful progress. Rather than feeling restricted, we gain a sense of purpose and direction. Ultimately, freedom is not about escaping every rule, but about embracing the ones that enable us to reach our fullest potential. Rather than pursuing absolute liberty, it can be more valuable to focus on developing personal agency. Agency empowers individuals to make choices, take action, and influence their own circumstances. By shifting attention from the abstract idea of total freedom to the practical aspects of agency, viewers can begin to ask deeper, more meaningful questions about what freedom truly means in their lives. This approach encourages reflection on how one can actively shape their environment and decisions, rather than simply seeking unrestricted autonomy. Ultimately, cultivating agency leads to a more nuanced and fulfilling understanding of freedom. As we reach the end of this exploration, take a moment to reflect on the ideas we've discussed and consider how they challenge conventional wisdom. Your perspective is valuable, so we encourage you to engage in thoughtful conversation with others and share your insights. If there are topics or beliefs you think deserve further examination, let us know. Together, we can continue to question assumptions and uncover new understanding. The journey to deeper knowledge is ongoing, and your participation helps shape its direction.